and welcome to the classiest place on earth. I am so sorry I'm an hour late. My phone died. I don't know what happened. I plugged my phone in and it didn't charge and it died. And don't alarms go off even if your phone dies? The last phone I had, it literally still went off. Even if it died. That sucked. That was a panic moment. No, I've learned that, David. Yeah, they don't now. My old iPhone used to, but apparently not this one, which was quite a panic this morning. Good morning, Veggie. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Hammy. Good morning, David. Good morning, Anzal. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Mishy. Good morning, Rod. Good morning, Mite. Good morning, Kinger. How the fuck are you doing? And David, of course. Good morning. Well, I don't know. Well, I think my old phone had like an emergency. So like, even if your phone it always held, I don't know what it was. I think old iPhones, like they always held a level of a charge for like emergency calls or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe I'm an idiot. It's been a really long time since I had any phone besides this one. I don't know. But that was a panic. It was plugged in though. I think like Lilith rolled over on my sorry, the fan is so powerful. I think Lil rolled over on my my power strip and maybe unplugged it during the night. That was a panic. Oh man. I know, that's dedication. Come back from beyond the grave to wake you up because you had a deal. I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure they did that. It's gonna drive me nuts. Fans. It's hot today. My dudes, I just saw something on Twitter I have to speak about because okay, hold on. I have to pull it up because I can never remember the name of the fucking actors. Really? Or don't sign into Twitter. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. No, it's Twitter forever. God damn it, I hate that. X? Shut the fuck. I can't. I mean, does anyone else just see the Confederate flag? I think he named Twitter after his child. So I saw this just now. Breaking. Bungie has announced the new English voice actor for Zavala after Lance Reddick's passing. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. I'm so depressed about this. I really thought maybe they had enough voice, like extra shit to just use it forever. But Keith David will assume the role. Do y'all know who Keith David is? I know it's pretty, but I didn't take it out just for you to look at it. That's all I think of. Keith David is ass to ass. That's all he could be in literally anything ever for the rest of his life. He is always ass to ass for the rest of my life. And so now Zavala's gonna, I know it's pretty, but I didn't take it out just for you to look at it. Requiem of a Dream. If you haven't seen it, watch it with someone, because it's going to fuck you up. But holy shit. What? Lil Tay and her brother are both... Who's Lil Tay? Why do I know that person? No. Who is this? Oh my god, wasn't that fucking horrible 14-year-old rapper or whatever? That's so weird that I knew that name. I watched like a weird fucking, a Vice thing on this child. They died at 14? What the... I mean, the fact that they're calling her a rapper is pretty strong, but like, what the fuck? That's sad. Regardless of how annoying that small child was, that is sad. That's really fucking young. My god, that's sad. Oh, David, I'm scared. He's been in a bunch of stuff, Robo. I just can't get... He takes his fat black cock out and looks at, oh god, what's the beautiful booby girl name? Jennifer Connelly, and says, I know it's pretty, but I didn't take it out for you to look at it. And then she fucking gargles his knob for some coke. If you haven't seen the movie, it's pretty fucked. And his voice is stained right here. I know it's pretty, but I didn't take it out for you to look at it. We just did Mother for the podcast this week. Wait. Oh no, I don't think I've seen Mother. Have you seen Mama? There was one called Mama that was really good. I like that one. Oh, it's a full Ren interview. Oh, fuck yes. Oh, hell yeah. Wait, is it long? How long is it? It's 2 hours. Holy shit. I'm excited to watch that, but we can't. I would get so nailed for a 2-hour video on stream. Not enough. God! How are you, love? Hung over, drink water and take some vitamin B, you silly fuck. I heard her brother forced her to make those videos and kept all the money. That little girl. I think I watched some Vice thing about her ages ago where it wasn't like, it was just covering basically like how she was just a terrible person. I don't know. It was so long ago that I watched something on her. I don't really remember. But she just like, treated her parents like shit and, quote unquote rapped, I guess. I'm cleaning my bullets. Look at that. One day. That is so gross. Yuck. What foods have vitamin B? Honestly, I don't know. That's a really good question. Oh, yes, I do. Fish, cod liver oil, basically anything that has like omega-3 fatty acids in it. So, for instance, a lot of vegan people, because they don't vitamin B literally it's one of the it's one of the essential things you got to consume, and it comes from only animal products. So a lot of vegan people will take like they'll take cod liver oil pills and stuff like that to get their vitamin B, or they'll just take a vitamin B supplement. But energy drinks, yeah, energy drinks honestly often have a shit ton of vitamin B in them. Yeah, this has niacin, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12, 250%. Yeah, no, you're right. Yep, that's a lot. No, it's for real. I've literally got one right here. It says it's got 250% of your daily niacin, 240% of your daily vitamin B6, and 490% of your daily vitamin B12. Maybe that's why I'm addicted to Monster, because I don't eat enough meat. Damn. Yep, B supplements. I have B supplements. I always keep vitamin B in the house just in case. I take them occasionally too. Me too. Vitamin B is essential for nerve function and nerve reaction and nerve impulses, nerves like signaling to each other. And so when you lack vitamin B, you'll get the shakes and you can feel really like jittery and shit like that because your nerves are misfiring because they're lacking what they need to like lubricate and fire appropriately. Yeah. Most are sublingual, very, very true. And honestly, I would suggest the sublingual. I don't know about you, Glut, but I've tried the pill that you just swallow, and it gives me a stomach ache every time. Vitamins in general, like vitamins, pills, I always get a stomach ache. So I tend to do like chewable vitamins or chewable stuff just because I don't know what it is. I think it like sticks to the side of my stomach and just burns. Good morning, Barilla. I found the lady I want to romance in Baldur's Gate. She's is she the one-horned tiefling? With the fucking burning heart? Yeah. Oh, that's Psycho's. That's who Psycho refers to as his wife. We just got her yesterday. She's a fucking badass. Oh my god, what a badass, dude. We were stuck. We're actually gonna redo that battle today, but we failed a battle last night at the end of the stream. And the only reason we got as far as we did was that bitch. That's it. Like, she's just crazy. She's so cool. At the mechanics yesterday and was told I needed to replace one of my tires. They said I could buy one flat for $130 and pre-filled with air for $180. I asked why the price difference and was told it was due to inflation.
Yeah, we
Wrong. I've got a narrow. No.
Turn it off, Will.
No.
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
We'll figure it out.
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
We're burned forever.
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
Moo! Good morning, Jumpita. Good morning, Psycho. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Chronicle. Good morning, Bolvi. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My dwarf and her, dude. Anyone with her. I'd let her sit on my face until I died. Like, I'm fine. Mooning! Shut up. That's pretty great. She does a cute little twist when you idle. Really? I think we literally went and fetched her and then went into a battle. I haven't even got to talk to her at camp or anything yet, but I'm excited about her character. We met her yesterday. I don't want to like spoil the game for those that we haven't got very far. I'm slow. I'm not going to say we. Psycho would probably move a lot faster if it wasn't for me. I'm so slow in the game, but I take my time and I enjoy myself and I adventure a lot and I'm always exploring and shit. But the blonde, the white-haired elf tried to kill me. Oh my god, though. Funny story. So, has anyone gotten the vampire? I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's like one of the first companions you get, and he says it right away. If you haven't gotten the vampire, or if you have gotten the vampire, he is. Have you camped with him yet? As in that one. Yep. If you camp with him, if you were in stream yesterday, you saw what happened. Spoiler, you know. But I talked to Zach last night after stream, and he was playing it in the bedroom. And he goes, "So have you camped with the vampire yet?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I let him bite me." And he goes, "I let him kill me." And then, no shit, Zach, like, let the vampire kill him. And then used one of the other characters to revivify himself. And then he went after the vampire. I was like, you just sat there? I know, totally checks out. Totally checks out for Zach, to be honest. Right, that's what I mean, honestly. I think you can do that. I did that in my offline game. You know, at the very, very beginning, right after you crash the Mind Flayer ship, there's a Mind Flayer that, like, you know, is crushed or something and is trying to molest your mind with its brain worm. In my off-stream game, I was like, I want to see what happens if you just give into the thoughts. He totally killed me. Just kills you, just restarts the game. Cool. That's what I did. I killed him after I caught him. Zach, I don't even think Zach killed him. He revivified himself and then went after him and just, like, berated him. And the guy was like, "It was my first time. I'm so sorry, but I feel great." I love it. It's just the best. This game is so good. Now, kiss. Asterion next morning after he killed me. "Oh no, something terrible has happened." His story, though, I don't know if I got to do it on stream or if I did it in my offline game. But if you like look into his mind and try to read his thoughts or whatever and connect with his brain, you get kind of like his backstory, and it's sad. Like, I would never have let him bite me if I hadn't got his little backstory, like his memories or whatever. You get like flashes of his memories, but he was essentially like a slave prisoner kept in a dungeon and fed rats for like hundreds of years. That's it. He's never had anything else. Like, he had no idea how to feed on humans. So, like, I feel for him, even though he wants to kill me and eat me. I feel for him. I've got it. Hold on. 23 days, David. I'm very excited for you. It's honestly, it's such a big game. It's one of those games that I think is going to be going on for a very, very, very long time. You know? It's one of those games that I don't think is going to fall off the top streamed games for a bit because there's so much to do. And like the replayability, I mean, is there a game more fucking replayable? Replayable meaning, like, you know, you restart a battle or whatever. It's beating Tears of the Kingdom. I actually saw some of the top Tears of the Kingdom streamers this morning say they prefer this game, and that made me shit my pants. Yep, I'm thinking DLC, campaign builder. I actually saw, thank you again, Psycho. Psycho messaged me this morning or hit me up on Twitter and said there was another patch. So I patched before stream. But the patch was because people's like personal playthrough save files are so monstrous at this point that they're like faltering the game or whatever. But they did that, and then there was one other thing that reminded me of DLC. Something. I think they mentioned another patch coming up where something's coming, something like that. I'm about to make another character to do some things differently and explore other classes. I've started so many Chronicle. Like, in my personal game offline, I've started so many new games. I've finally stuck with one. I'm playing a Tiefling Warlock. I've never played a Warlock before in my life. I usually, like, honestly, in normal, like, in tabletop D&D, I avoid, magic classes like fire. I don't know. They suck at low levels. Like, magic classes suck, in my opinion. And they're not very fun to play usually in a normal tabletop game just because it takes so fucking long to get. Oh my god, Elle, my love, how are you? Good morning. They take so long. Like, in a normal tabletop where you're actually rolling dice and shit, it can take a year to get to level 2. And in this game, you get level 2 like in an hour. And so it's a lot easier to play a magic class and actually start to progress and get some good spells and not just be like a sack of wet and sad. So I'm definitely toying way more with magic classes in the game because it's just like there's better payoff, I guess. I don't fucking know how to say that. I don't know how you can do evil though. I always feel bad. Oh my god. I have to tell you something. I don't know how evil this was or if this was evil. So, if you remember yesterday when Psycho and I were playing on stream, we came upon a windmill and there was a bunch of little goblins and they were like trying to was it a gnome? I think it's a gnome tied onto one of the windmill what's a windmill panel called? Leaf? The leaf? I don't fucking know. So the gnome, yeah. So yesterday we were doing that thing. Psycho like released him before I even realized. We went and talked to him, freed him, whatever. So last night in my off-stream game, I find the windmill and I'm like, oh, I know what to do here. I remember watching Psycho, and I pressed the unlock the lever instead of lock the lever and stop it, and I watched that little gnome fly across the map. And literally, I did it on accident too. It's so funny. Literally, it cuts to a cut screen and you just see this. It was the funniest thing. I was so sad it happened off stream. I just sat here by myself like, oh no. I fucking yeeted that bitch. A fan blade, thank you. Fan blade. I yeeted that bitch off his fan blade on accident, but it was worth it. And then yesterday, the other evil thing I did was I mean, we went back and I fixed it, but like, I mutilated a squirrel. A squirrel came up to me and bit me, so I kicked it and it exploded. What are you gonna do? I would do the same thing in real life. I did it in early access. Dude, I'm so sad I did it offline because it was fucking great. It was funnier than kicking the squirrel, absolutely. The squirrel was shocking, but this because it was literally like a good 5 seconds ah, of just watching that little gnome fly. I stopped it and then thought the release was to get off of it. Me too. That fucker yeeted so far. I still haven't found his body. I don't know where he is. Oh god. Dude, David, you should. Dude. I mean, I love playing off stream. Like I like playing the game no matter what, but it's definitely easier and a little bit less stressful having Psycho there to play with me just because he can take over one of the other players. If you have a full team, it's going to be great because you can just focus on your character. My brain is so scrambled brains that it's really hard for me to like I'll upgrade one of my party members and then think their spells were my spells and like be looking for them on my main character. I get so fucking dumb confused. It's really relaxing to have someone else there to help and just have one other person to control or something like that. I bet if you eat the gnome, you can find where he landed. I've been trying. That's what I tried to do last night. I couldn't find it. I know the direction he went, but he went really far. Like into a part of the map I haven't explored yet. It might have been water. I don't know, but I'm looking. Because I'm assuming he yeeted to the same spot no matter what. I did start a bitchy rogue yesterday and have to try that when I get there. Do it. If I could go redo it in our game today, I would go do it and just so you could see that gnome fly. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Ever. I died. I was all alone in the dark doing it. It's just fucking great. 4 of us, including GM. Oh, fuck yes. He is. Oh my god, Erican, don't tell me. I don't know if he's dead. We are. I don't know how to gauge, like, how to tell you how far we are. Um, I guess maybe in companions? I don't know. How do I, like. How do I. Psycho, how far are we? How do you even gauge that? I don't know. Oh, Mel. I'm so happy you clipped this. One moment, please. I'm still a little ashamed. Just a little. Look at my face. Why is that? I, I can't breathe. Oh. It was bleeding before I even kicked it. Ow. That's so beautiful. Art imitates life. Oh, Elle, consider it an extra ab workout. The option, I just want to throw out there, the option in the conversation was not brutally murder a squirrel. It was the squirrel attacks your feet and bites you. Of course you would kick a rat if it bit you. But, like, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. Again. Nice. I know. He was already bleeding. I I can't. Oh, a fucking squirrel went after my nuts. Fuck, that was good. Thank you for clipping that. Fuck my Christ. I don't know. That's the great part. Like we put in slow-mo and the fact that before I even kick it, hold on, I'm trying to get it to the point where we just look at it before I even kick it. Hold up. Yeah, my foot. I think I might have done this squirrel a favor because do you remember that story I told you guys about the patient in the ER who was like, I need to go to the bathroom, and I was like, okay, I'll help you, and then suddenly just like a gallon of black liquid fell on my feet. That squirrel knew what was coming and shit for its life. It knew the death was coming and just pre-sploded. I mean, me, same. Hard same. Who doesn't shit blood if they're gonna get kicked? Who doesn't? Oh, stop. Oh, psycho. That's gorgeous. Hold on. Oops, I lost it. God damn it, I got too many pages up. Hold on. That is beautiful. Someone did owl bear art. Hold up. That's fucking gorgeous. God damn it, fucking computer. I'm gonna set you on fire, you piece of garbage! Sorry. That. What the fuck? High knives and goodbye. Oh, are you still training? Boo. Have a good day. Cheers to knives and hope that work isn't an absolute shitstorm. Cheers. Whoa. That is so pretty. Isn't the owl bear or that little baby one theoretically at our camp right now? Psycho, I think we saved one yesterday, didn't we? It's been a while. Theoretically, yeah. Theoretically, it's at there. Sorry, the music's so loud. I'm training someone to get married and go on their honeymoon. Knives, none of that makes sense. No, you're definitely going to train them when they come back. What? Is your company special? If an employee told me that they're going on vacation directly after being hired, I'd be like, let's start you afterwards. What the? Right? Isn't that like logical? Because you're going to forget literally everything you were taught. Oh my God, maybe you could get into the honeymoon. Dude, they might be into cucking. You don't know. Get some. Oh, thank you, Beatree. I found a picture on Instagram and tried to mimic it, but I didn't have the right colors, but I tried. And my company likes to accommodate. I mean, being accommodating is great, but this is just where my brain went. Just in a hospital setting, which I don't think it's much different outside. Like training a person is training a person, regardless of what job it is. But it takes on average $10,000 to train an employee to the point of being independent and being able to work on their own. And training them and then sending them off for 2 weeks where they're going to get fuck wild and then coming. That seems like such a waste of everybody's time and money. Am I an idiot with that? Drain while you train. Oh my God, get it. To give context, he was our SMS guy, and I'm training him on call, part of the platform. Oh, okay, so he is familiar with the job, so it's not like he's new. That just seems so stupid. Like, I'm not saying everybody's gonna forget everything, but if it's a brand new job you've never been in before, and you literally get, like, a couple weeks experience and then leave for 2 weeks and completely mentally check out, you're not gonna remember all that training, right? I just work here. I know. I have questions all the time. I'm always confused by the world. The world is weird. Oh, by the way, I'm not signed into Twitter, but it's letting me look at this tweet, which is interesting. Didn't they block that feature? I thought you had to be signed in to see anything anymore. Weird. I don't know. Who knows what's going on with Twitter? It's so broken. I mean, I'm like waiting for it to die for the mass exodus to see where everybody else goes. I've secured my username everywhere except Blue Sky because I don't have an invite. So I have my username everywhere just so no one pretends to be me. But I just don't know what, like, I'm not gonna put a bunch of fucking the mass exodus. This is all for another 13% raise so I can do what I want and leave this country sooner. Dude, fuck yes. I mean, fuck yes. It's all for, and the ends go to a means, right? What means go to an ends? Jesus Christ, Katie. I remember that being thing too, but I don't know. So I suck it up, but I have to go, good, have a good day. I hope it's not terrible. Twitter rolled back in that sign-in bullshit. Good. That shit was stupid. Elbel, if you have an invite, would you throw me one so I can get my username over there, please? I would love that. I've signed up for their waiting list like 4 times. They just hate me. I don't know. Honest, it's not like I don't give a fuck about it. I just don't want anyone pretending to be me. There's enough fake accounts using my fucking face out there. I don't need another one. Either one. Honestly, it'd be kind of funny if it was on Twitter. That would be fucking funny. That's why I haven't left, because nothing is properly hit off yet. I still get my community and resources from Ghost Party. Me too. Yep. It sucks, but I just don't, like, I don't want to invest all my energy into a platform that's one of the ones that's also going to die. There's too many now. Mastodon's gross. Stop trying to get me to do Mastodon. No, thank you. I'm suddenly quitting right now, so I'm getting paid to take poops and eat chicken salad Sammy's. Dude, fuck yeah. The onboarding has been terrible for most of my jobs. Engineers hate documenting shit, so you just got to figure it out. My dog is itching himself and shaking my fucking house. Hospitals are very much similar. Like, the training for a person in a hospital is usually, it's more babysitting them, because, you know, when you get a job at a hospital, you're, like, theoretically trained to do the job. It's just, like, learning the semantics of that hospital in particular. It's mostly babysitting to make sure they're not going to kill anybody. It's not too bad. Yes, I would cheers with you. Cheers, loves. Cheers, Viata. Cheers, Lizzie. Erican, I've honestly thought about that. It's kind of like the same concept as, like, staying in America, which is so sad. But I feel like if all the good people abandon America, it's just going to be a cesspool. But, like, if the good people stick around, like, maybe we can... I don't know. That's where my thoughts end. Thank you, Elbel. I really appreciate that, seriously. I'm sure you deal with it. I think every single woman on the internet probably deals with people making fake accounts to fish people into buying their porn. I mean, that's what it is. It's across the internet. There's fake... What are you doing? Fake Tinder, fake Bumble, fake Twitters, fake Instagrams. There's fake accounts of me everywhere using my face across the fucking board. And it's just, like, I'm not kidding you. I went and reported so many on Twitter one day that Twitter blocked me. Twitter banned me for 24 hours for reporting too many fake accounts. It's just a joke. It's, like, not even funny. It's nauseating, because I don't know what the fuck they're trying to sell in DMs with my face. I don't know if I'll ever move to another social media when Twitter implodes. It's the only way to mass communicate with with our community, with, like, Twitch. Because not everybody uses Discord. Discord, like, and people that do use Discord, people over abuse Discord to such a point that everybody just mutes Discord at this point. So, like, there's no point. I don't know. Like, my mods always post my go live notifications in there. They're fantastic at it. But no one really, you know, I get it. I've muted almost every single Discord because it's abused. I mean, I don't want more alerts than I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single notification I get is just another tack onto anxiety for me. I don't need more than I need, so I get it. It's fucking annoying, but I don't know the alternative. Like, I don't know what else to do, because Twitch live notifications work, you know, 50% of the time-ish. And, you know, if something happens and I'm not going to be on stream, like, if I'm 20 minutes late to stream and I don't tweet or anything, I get 5 messages from one of y'all being like, are you okay? Are you dead? And I love that, and I appreciate that so much. But there needs to be a platform where I can mass communicate, I'm not dead, I stubbed my toe, or shut my hand in a door again, or my dog puked on my computer, or something. I just don't know how else to do it. Especially since, I mean, there's just nowhere else. I don't know what else to do. I'm kind of at, like, a loss with it, you know? Oh, God. Hold on, Rod. I'm grabbing it. I'm having a blast on Spoutable, but it's not really for Spoutable, and they don't have an app. That's the part that really drives me crazy. Yes! Oh my God, Eric, and I looked at it last night, and I fucking peed my pants. It reminded me a long time ago, 9 Inch Nails did something similar. They auctioned off literally all of their tour equipment, like everything, all the boxes, everything from roadies. And I didn't buy any of it because I was a poor college student and I've regretted it ever since. And now I'm just a poor adult. So nothing changes. Wait, they have an app now? Oh, shut the fuck up. I've looked for it several times, but I kind of gave up on looking. I'm making a mental note. Bless your heart. I kept looking for it and just like gave up. Fuck yes, I'm making a note. Because I like Spoutable too. I've heard that the creator of Spoutable is like a piece of shit, but I don't know. Everybody's a piece of shit these days. Bless you. I really appreciate that, Glut. Seriously, like I don't know, like beyond what you guys do for me and how I post on Twitter and shit, I don't know what else to do. It's wait. Twitter's been absolutely amazing for my academic scholarship community with religious studies, accessibility of progress theology on Twitter, and meeting theologians from all over the world, and being able to attend online seminars because of Twitter has been so good. I'm mutual with many amazing academics. Once I read a paper I was so in love with, I went to find her and turned out we were mutuals. Oh, that's amazing. So I just gushed in DMs and shared how it changed my whole paper. It's really sad that communities that can foster that kind of a relationship just fucking puke on themselves like that. I just opened that thing on the wrong monitor, Rod. God damn it. God motherfucking damn it. Theory L Bell just sent me an invite, but thank you. I didn't have one yet. I think I've effectively literally signed up on every single social media platform that people have created recently, just to save my username so people don't pretend to be me, except Blue Sky. That's the only one I haven't had yet because I just didn't. I signed up for their early access like ages ago, but I'm not cool, so like, sure. But L Bell sent me one, and I'm very, very, very appreciative. I don't know if I'll use it. It depends on if that one's the one that takes off. I just need to not know that no one's pretending to be me, because fuck that shit. Mr. Boozy's amazing. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I appreciate you like confirming these things because I feel like I talk to people so much all day that I don't want to have wrong information in my head. You know what I mean? You should keep an eye out for the Ghouls Ball if it comes to your area. My friend runs it. I think I actually might have heard of something like that. I don't know if it comes to Denver, but it might come somewhere close by. Hi, Revolticon. How are you, love? I think you're pretty cool. I'm not I'm okay. I'm okay, I guess. UK politics on Twitter has kept me so well informed when news has not. That's you guys for me. And thankfully, like, this hasn't been ruined completely. But honestly, I don't know if I would be a very well informed person if I didn't have access to like human beings from literally every corner of the earth who can tell me what's actually happening in that corner of the earth, as opposed to what American news is deciding to feed me about that corner of the earth. You know what I mean? And I think that's really similar, like, in terms of America, the what the media feeds the world as to what America is versus what it actually is on an everyday basis is so not the same thing, and I'm sure I don't need to say that. But, like, people aren't marching around everywhere in America with guns strapped. Not everywhere. My information's lacking, now the resources are lacking, yeah. Spoutable is different in that there's no algorithm. Oh, I love that. You have to follow people to populate your timeline. I love that. Dude, one of the most annoying things about the Twitter recently is that, you know, they have, like, what is it? It's like you have your For You and your following, but mine are identical. Like, I only wanna see who I'm following, but they're identical. And that's not like, I see people on there all the time that I'm not following and I give 0 fucks about, and I'm like, "Why is this person on my fuck?" Oh, okay. Why are you annoying today? This dog has been under my feet. I love him so much. When I say annoying, I just mean, like, I've accidentally stepped on Trick's face 5 times today. He's so clingy today, and I don't know why. Why are you so clingy, bud? You doing okay emotionally, physically? He, like, while I was getting ready this morning, he kept laying down at my feet, and then I'd, like, move, but he wouldn't. He wouldn't on purpose. He just, like, let me step on him. I'm like, "Bud, what's going on?" He's just real clingy today. I don't know what's going on. Why are you so up my asshole today? He doesn't know. Nobody knows. Do you need a hug? Come here. As my boy. Just a clingy boy today, I guess. No, what's happening with Canadian news? No, what happened? No. You are spectacular. Shut up. No, I can't. I'm really bad with compliments, guys. One of my good friends is one of the people leading the Just Stop Oil movement, so I see updates on their stuff a lot. She and her people give me hope. Thank fuck. What is the Canadian? Okay, in June, the Canadian government passed a law called Bill C-18, or the Online News Act. It required tech companies like Google and Meta to pay media outlets for content they share on their platforms, which garner thousands of views, likes, and engagements. Is it gonna happen? Whoa. What? So there's just no news? Wow. That's some evil shit. So they're just refusing. Wow. What? Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, what happens now? That's insane. So they're just straight up saying, oh, we're not going to pay for all the free content that we make money off of. That's basically what Google is saying. Wow. That's it. Oh my God. I was kind of feeling stupid that that's where my mind was going. That's literally it. It's just suppressing news outlets. Wow. Whoa. Me too, Lizzie. My brain is just churning. Like, that's pretty fucking big. How did I not hear about that? So it's they're slowly phasing it in. You can still see stuff till later this year. Wow. What is people's like overall opinion on it? So I use TikTok a lot for news, which is how I learned about Hawaii. Holy fucking shit. So what you're saying is, as a Canadian, America's hat, you literally wouldn't know about Maui burning to the ground if it wasn't for TikTok. Wow. They're not preventing the news outlets from putting out news, right? It just wouldn't be on Google. Well, it looks like the outlets that usually deliver the news are refusing to pay for it. Like, they don't want to pay for the news content that they're putting out on their websites. And so, therefore, it's hard. Like, Google owns everything, like the world, right? Google, Amazon, Microsoft. Like, they own big. I mean, they control what we're given, basically, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a smart person when it comes to this shit. I'm just trying. No, it's about making tech companies paying for the usage of the articles. Yeah, which kind of, I mean, that makes sense, right? Am I stupid for thinking that Google should pay for the content that's not their content that they provide? Is that dumb of me? Seriously, I'm not trying to be facetious. Like, I am a dumb person. I'm totally willing to be taught up. Like, I think Google should pay. Like, that actually made my brain go to, like, does Google have any overhead at all? The search engine, other than, paying its employees and shit like that. Like, all they do is provide shit that other people made, or provide access to what other people made, right? Wow, they don't want to pay for a link in the article name and a small excerpt, so they're delisting them in the search results. Okay, wow. So if you use Google Chrome, you will not get news, the browser, right? Like, you literally wouldn't get search results for actual news happening in the world. I use Firefox. I mean, that's what Google Chrome is, the Google search engine. Like, that's what it is. So if you use Google Chrome in Canada, you're basically cock-blocked forever. Like, I would think. I don't know. That's insane. You can still go really directly to news sites. I mean, absolutely. But if you don't have a news site you actually go to, like, you're kind of fucked. How do they even? That's where my brain's going too, Lizzie. Like, how can Google just? Yeah, Fang, dude. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Yeah. There's actually a really cool diagram. We've looked at it on stream before, but it's like a thought map, like a bubble map, but it shows all the major companies in the world and how like only 5 people actually own them out of hundreds. But no, it's like 11. It's like 11 companies I think own the world. Something like that. You guys have seen that, right? That right, like do they block our news? Do they block Reddit? I don't know. Like where do we draw this line on news? Dude, L, I'm so sorry. Your fucking country, that's wild. Google Chrome is just the browser. It has Google as the default search engine, but you can change it. Oh, that's good to know. I think in France for Germany, they reverted their laws on request of the news outlets as they lost viewership and income. If people don't see it in the search page, they don't visit the source anyway. Yeah. Jesus, capitalism is depressing. My God. Yeah, right. So if there's no Google Chrome, but if you Google news, it's filtered. Like what happens when you do that, L? If you just Google news, what's the links? Amazon's getting into healthcare. Dude, that's fucking terrifying. I wouldn't be surprised if they were secretly Kaiser. They don't block any. Oh, they don't block anything. Okay, that's good. So you still have control over your browser if you have Chrome. Yeah, like where's the line? Am I news? That's what I'm wondering. Like we talk about political shit on my channel a lot, like the indictments with Trump and shit. I mean, we could talk about Maui burning to the fucking ground right now and the fact that all of the news is covering Lahaina, the tourist town, and not Kihei, where all the fucking locals live. Every fucking Lahaina's burnt. You know what happened to Kihei 5 miles down the road? Also burnt down, and that's where all the people live. But the world is like, oh my god, Lahaina. Where will I get a Mai Tai? What the fuck? We could talk about that, but am I blocked now? I'm news. That's news, technically. I'm gonna smoke more drugs. I'm feeling angry. Is Brave like opera? Is it an opera skin or whatever you would say? The line will be drawn where fascists make the most profit for the highest body count. Ugh. I see top stories right now. What are like the websites? Oh, Treble, that's probably a good point, honestly. I think the bigger deal for Facebook, etc., Jesus Christ, who put the article in your feed so you don't even visit the original site. Yeah. Australia, for those not in OZ, attempted a law ruling similar and it rolled back. I wonder if Canada's will roll back too. I mean, I think it's a fair rule, but I think it needed to go, I don't know. How do you require Google to provide everything? I don't know. I don't even know how to word what my brain is saying. They should have to pay for what they provide, but like you should be like required to provide the news. Like it's very bizarre that you can just I don't know how to put that. Do you guys see where my brain is going? It's a little broken right now. Help, the world is on fire. Like I get it. So let me use a different example, one where maybe my brain works better. So like in a hospital, say the government came in and said hospitals have to cover the costs of ventilators. And so hospitals were just like, all right, no more ventilators. Like there has to be an addition that says like, but you have to have ventilators. right? Because, like, the news, like, humans have a right to know what the fuck is going on in the world, and it being stifled seems like censorship? Is that the wrong word? Morning reasonable. Is that stupid? I'm totally open to being dumb. I am news! I'm gonna smoke more drugs. It's primarily people being lazy, in my opinion. They're used to getting things in one place. Doing the effort to go to a second or third webpage seems to be too much. Probably. Google is kind of, I mean, I try to put it, oh, thank you, Psycho. I try to think of it in terms of people who aren't internet people. Like, I try to think of it in terms of, like, my parents, who, I mean, they arguably have a good 30 more years on this planet of voting and being people part of the universe. Is this the Rod link I was trying to get to load earlier? I was trying to get this one and it wouldn't. I opened it on the wrong monitor and then it was being a cock. Thank you if that was the same one. And if not, how dare you? Just kidding. Ooh, Dylan Page, thank you. And this is the person you were saying is good, like, news for TikTok. I'll put it back in the chat for those that miss. If you missed it, this is the one Psycho saying is a good coverage on TikTok if you're looking for news and you're in the Canadas. Thank you. Right? Is that so stupid to, like... I'm so weird. I'm gonna make a TikTok on how to be well informed. It's not easy and takes time. I've been curating a list of sources in IRSS readers for like 15 years. It is one of the only ways to bypass the algorithms. It's really hard to teach people that when, like, there's a huge population of the world who doesn't use a computer on a regular basis. So asking them to, like, invest the time is just not worth. That's why TV is so dangerous, because the convenience, just like you were saying about Google, the convenience of just, like, click, news, never have to move, and just absorb is what gets people. And the older we get, the more we look for convenience. I know it. I'm already getting lazy when it comes to learning new technology. I'm already like, I don't want to do TikTok. And I'm not old. Like, it's already happening. We're going to do it no matter what. It's going to happen to us. We can't deny it. It's going to happen. We're going to start feeling like there's too much. But it's the more convenient it is to get the truth, the more the truth will actually be realized, I think. I don't know how else to say that. It's similar to air traffic controllers. They cannot strike via legislation passed and sponsored by Ronald Reagan. What the fuck? Oh, worldwide. I love that. I feel like there should be a clause, something along the lines of, quote, if the product is marketed and functions as a search engine, it must not show bias or censorship for or against company benefactors, stakeholders, or lobbying parties. That's kind of exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you for wording it better. I don't know if that's right to put that kind of law on, but I mean, I kind of think that's the way a search engine shouldn't be able to filter or bias. I don't know. Is that dumb to say or think? The big companies can't censor anything. The problem is people are lazy as fuck and a lot of big companies feed them all their content. 100%. Yes. Everybody is lazy. That's why we want to eat and not move. Our core humanity tells us reserve energy. Everything about your body is telling you all day long, consume and reserve, consume and reserve, consume and reserve. That's humanity, man. And the easier it is, like, it's way easier to open a bag of chips than to make a pork chop, so we're going to fucking open a bag of chips. Convenience for calories, convenience for news. It's just like the more inconvenient you make it, it's just going to get worse. You're not going to get a population of 70 and 60-year-olds like my parents, not all, but like my parents, who just have no investment in the internet world or anything. Like, they both have a laptop. My dad's laptop is a Craigslist machine and my mom's is a Facebook machine. And beyond that, like, I had to teach them how to turn it on and off again. They thought closing it turned it on and off again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and not everybody's like that. Some people are definitely all up in the tech, but, like, there's that majority are not. And so we can't expect them to do what we do. In terms of, like, you know, actually putting in the work, getting good we do it because we're part of it, but for them, it's like, if it's not on the TV, they don't know what to do, and they just, like, go, fuck it then. That makes me sad, but I don't know what else to do. I turn 42 next month, and I'm becoming my dad. Oh, yeah. It's inevitable. We can't help it. Like, I strive to not, I strive, instead of trying to not be my mom, because I know it's inevitable, I will be my mom. Like, I strive to be the good parts in her. and try not to be the nasty parts. Not wanting to join social media, especially just because of everyone else, should not be equated with I don't want to learn new tech. I agree. But I feel like it might be the start in my brain. Because it's not like I didn't want to join a new social media, it's I didn't want to learn it. TikTok is weird. You have to learn it. It's different. It's live. It's short media. It's a whole other like content form. I didn't want to. And I recognized that in myself and I was like, oh, fuck. It's starting. All information sources will always be biased. Some sources are just more biased than others. So no, you can't filter any results for bias. It would not be fair. There you go. Thank you. I'm totally okay with being told I'm wrong and I'm being stupid. That's why I shoot these things and back or board them off you guys. Because I don't know anything. I can restart your body. That's where my brain stops. I need to learn about this stuff. Because I feel stupid sometimes when I think these thoughts. And it's good to know, like, sometimes I'm not and sometimes I am. Less convenient, but more. Wait. I'm one of those people that does not do convenient as it forces me to give up as payment in most cases. So I use less convenient but privacy-friendly systems, or I just pay for the services so they don't need to sell me. I'm kind of the same a little bit, but I don't know. As much as what's the word? Instinctually, I think humans are convenient seekers. Like, I'll definitely open a bag of chips instead of make a pork chop. Staying well informed is a skill you have to keep working at. It's not a value you're innately good at. Some people just have more privilege and thus access to the information. We all got to work those well-informed muscles, and those of us who can teach that skill to others. 100%, and always consuming information with a what's the word? What's the term? It's like responsibly consuming information. Not just being like, oh, it was posted on the internet, therefore fact, or a famous person posted it, therefore fact, or a rich person posted it, therefore fact, but like using your brain, thinking about a statement and being like, you know, I don't know, what would you say? Kind of a grain of salt. Yeah, I say that a lot. I was trying to think of a different word for it, but it's basically like taking it and being like, thank you so much for that information. Now I'm going to go metabolize it and figure out if it's bullshit in my, maybe I can't assume common sense anymore, Elle. It doesn't even exist. The key is to educate folks on how to spot bias, and exactly, that's what I was trying to say. Thank you. That's what I mean by like consuming shit responsibly. Teaching folks how to spot bias, look for multiple sources in order to have enough information to help them reason where the truth most likely lies. 100%, and being open to being wrong and educating yourself and learning. I use TikTok for Scottish independence and calling out unionist BS. When Scotland is independent, I will delete my account. Dude, good for you. I mean, I think every streamer would probably say their social media is business. Like, it's a way to communicate with people on a massive scale or post something funny, but beyond that, I like funny TikToks.
Turn it off, Willard.
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
I hate that, though. I'm still real upset about that one. We're all vulnerable to bullshit, 100%. Everyone, I mean, use cults. If you use cults as a good example, literally the smartest, like, anybody can get sucked into a cult, and I think that's a great example of how anybody can get swayed into shitty information. Anyone. I have my tabs are crashing. I have the links. Like, I can see what you've sent me. Like the address, but they keep every time I try to play Rod's thing, it crashes. I don't know if I can play TikToks right now. My browser's being weird. It was being weird yesterday too. I don't know why. Maybe it needs an update. I consider myself left-leaning, but I will read and listen to right-wing news sources on the issues I'm struggling with just to get their angle to see if any part of their position has some merit, just to get the biggest picture I can on an issue. Me too. And I think that's important, though. I think everybody should do that. It's important to see where the fuck the bullshit's coming from. Hikaru, you're right. TikTok annoys the crap out of me. Taking a pass on it. I still learn new shit, but don't feel the need to use all the social media platforms. I only use Facebook because my older family's members use it. That's the same. I have TikTok because I didn't want anyone to pretend to be me and use my username. And it's a lot easier to watch all the funny TikToks y'all send me if you have an account. Same with Facebook. I have a Facebook, but I use it once a year to make sure no one's died. Or, to find out when my brother has a new kid. But other than that, it's just, there's nothing of value that adds to my life there in any way, shape, or form. I didn't do the NVIDIA driver on that PC. Fuck. Fuck. You're right. I didn't do it on the streaming PC. Thanks, Psycho. Fucking Katie. Yep. Fuck. I didn't do any updates on that other PC. I only did it on my gaming PC yesterday and forgot. God fucking damn it. Thank you for saying something. I'll do that after stream. That was one thing that was said about you at school. Wait, what was said about you at school? What was said about you? Yep, evil. That happens to me a lot. I was reading an article and they made a lot of sense. And then it started talking about chemtrails and instantly lost all credibility to me. Yeah. I follow a lot of TikTokers slash Instagram accounts that are like medical funny stuff, and they'll repost some of the dumb. They repost it. They do like a stitch or whatever that's called, where they watch it and then they're like, okay, so no, that's so dangerous. Please don't die. Please don't drink, essential oils or whatever the fuck it is. And some of the shit on there, like the most common red flag words for me are like gut biome. Gut biome gets me a lot. But it's the vast amount of people out there that have absolutely no medical education whatsoever, like making a TikTok account and or a Instagram account and like talking about how you need to gargle fermented foods and shove charcoal up your baby's asshole because of your gut biome. Like, go to school or shut the fuck up. Nah. It's super important. It's super important to, even if you don't agree, to look at things from all angles. I 100% agree. How do you know that you don't agree with them if you've never heard their fucking actual words and opinion? Like, all you're doing is disagreeing with hearsay or what the media fed you on their opinion. Like, if I expect a far right winger who thinks America was great at one point to listen to me, I better fucking reciprocate with some listening skills, in my opinion. It is absolutely unrealistic to assume it can go one way. Like, that's not fair in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree, but I'll give you the fucking time of day. Marketplace, yeah. That's pretty much it. What? Do you go potty? You go potty? What? You go Trick just comes over and barks. You go outside? All right, let's take a quick break. I just realized what time it is. I'm going to restart my browsers and shit and see if that does anything. I didn't update my shit, unfortunately, so that's probably why they're crashing. Literally ran to the end of my desk and looked at me like very serious and just went, bah! Dogs, though, right? They're the best. This song's so good. This is such a good beat. Oh my god, Elle, I'm so sorry. I didn't make it, if that gets me points back. I can wear it. Wait. Someone in a crystal shop told me I didn't have to wear my mask exemption lanyard because masks are rubbish. I said, no, I think they're necessary. I just get dizzy when I wear them. She said, oh yeah, because of the CO2. Thank you for educating. How do people think people in hospitals function? Do they think we're magic and that we just like don't put out CO2? I've worn 3 masks on top of each other for 10 hours straight, and the only thing that was happening was my knees were locking. What? What? This is what I'm talking about. This, like, it's like constructive thinking. Using thine brain. Not just being like, oh, I did another pulmonary function test the other day, and I was saying how I used to get bronchitis really bad every year, but since the pandemic, I've only had like a cold once. Masks fucking work. Seriously, I used to like my childhood is just lung infections. Like I lived in Seattle where it's just fucking wet all the time. And I was a kid, so I was outside without a raincoat in the rain all the time, and I always had like this nasty wet cough. And, college, I went from I think this is my theory why it happened, but I went from like a really small town of 1,500 people to Seattle for school, and I got sick constantly because I think, you grow up in a really small area, there's only one or two viruses bouncing around, everybody's immune. You go to an area where suddenly it's really international, and I was just like getting like it's just bronchitis all the fucking time. It was like constant, and I wasn't even smoking weed regularly at this point. I was in school and like applying for jobs and shit. So there was nothing going into my lungs but air, and I just was constantly coughing shit up. And I have not had a lung infection since this mask thing. I had that swollen tonsil for a few days, but I think that was allergies. I have not one. I truly think there's something. I mean, fuck, look at the rest of the world. Like all these Asian cultures and Asian countries who have regularly been courteously wearing masks if they have a cold when they go out in public and not just stopping their life. You know what I'm saying? It's so sad that it's become like a political thing. Like Zbot was saying, like where being the only person in a crowded place with a mask on, people are just gonna bully you. You're gonna be attacked. Like that's fucking bullshit. What if you just don't want to be sick? Oh, I fucking hate the glasses fogging. I used to deal with that in the hospital all the time. It's the worst. Usually what we do is try literally like get an extra large mask and try to shove it under your glasses right here. Because otherwise it's terrible. They fucking work. They do. I just don't. I mean, the CO2 is what gets me though. That's the thing though, the confirmation bias. She'll probably have heard that I get dizzy when I wear a mask and pretend I didn't say why and just tell her friends and family the first part. Exactly. Confirmation bias is the worst thing in the entire world. Living in an echo chamber is the worst thing you can do for your own mental state, in my opinion. Like, you need people around you that are willing to, correct you in a nice way. Not they, actually, but, like, people who are thinking human beings who have different areas of expertise who can be like, hey, like, you're close, but it's the and then I'll be like, oh, cool. Thank you for teaching me. I am now a smarter person. Cheers. Happy 420, whatever. 4. Dude, no shit. Viata had a customer spit at her and she didn't get sick. Masks work. That's real. Oh, Mr. Fox, did you not get to hear that story? Viata, why did they spit at you? I don't remember now. Were they just crazy? This just happened recently. I just can't get over it. The fact that there's adult human beings out there that will actively hawk a loogie at another adult human being for any fucking reason. What? Oh, no shit. A nice mask from Graf Lance? Is it like one of the ones that have like filters in them? Town near me that has big signs that say no 5G here, no control, no 5G here. What? Wait, as in they think 5G like cause COVID? That's not real. There. Stop. I don't want to live in that world. 100% Katie, I just read your stream. Everyone is used to the viral culture zone in that area, but once you travel, you start to expose yourself to all sorts of mutated bacteria and viruses and whatnot that you're not used to. That's exactly what happened to me in school. Yeah. I went from real small rural Eastern Washington to Seattle, which is international as fuck, and I was sick all the time. Just little colds and stuff, but it was constant. I was never not coughing. It has a pouch for the filter. Dude, I'm gonna write that down because we've been looking for some sort of good mask to wear at Burning Man. Because, the regular masks that we wear for COVID and stuff are not going to block out dust and all the garbo. What was it called? It was called Graph Lane. Bless. Okay, so this is what happened to Viata. Where the fuck is it? Oh, side note, she did get a free pre-roll from her boss because she didn't kill the person who fucking spit at her. Dumbfuck tried to come in at closing time when I've informed him that we would be unable to sell to him. He called me an asshole and spit at me. I just still don't know what to do with that. Shut up. Okay, I have so many questions. A nurse was. I'm neuro. I totally thought that 5G thing was like come and gone. Like it was a second of people being like, towers cause COVID. And then people were like, wow, dumb. And then we stopped. But literally, I don't know if you heard that. Lizzie was saying in a town nearby, there's literally signs that say, no 5G here. Like, it's just, you don't need to go to any form of medical training at all to, you know, um, use your brain. Wow. Please follow my friend Dr. Neuro, a doctor I worked with at Hopkins. He's probably also worn 3 masks at the same time for over 10 hours in a surgery and not passed out from CO2 because that's not real. I've deflated. I'm better now. Oh, they sell additional. I definitely get additional filters. It's nasty out there. Dude, I'm not a violent person either, but if someone literally spit at me, I don't know what my feral innards would do. And like, I feel pretty confident in saying this for many reasons. Viata being a mother, for one, that her feral side is much scarier than my own. I don't know how you held that in. I don't. Oh, I actually saw that a nurse that claimed vaccines make you magnetized got her medical license suspended recently. So that's nice. So at least we're finally, it's just, I don't know how. Because, like, Neuro's a doctor. I'm a respiratory therapist, which is basically like a lungs and heart nurse. Nurses know like drugs and lines and basically everything. But we all go to the same general medical training at the beginning. And then some of us go to school for exponentially longer and specialize in surgery on brains. Some of us learn drugs. Some of us learn hearts and lungs, whatever. But we all go to anatomy and physiology. We all go to Chem 121, 122, 123. We all do the Bio 101 course series. Like, and those are the base core foundational classes that give you, in what I thought was a foundation of common sense to where like you in general, we'll never know exactly how the body works because we're learning about it constantly. Like we're always learning new things about the body. But like the general ins and outs of the human corpse, and to take that human who theoretically went to all the same medical training I went to and worked at the same hospitals as me, which is terrifying, that person can be somehow swayed into believing a 5G cell phone tower can exponentiate the spread and or cause of a viral infection. Like, the vast majority of you have no medical training at all, and yet I've told you guys what viruses are, and I bet most of you could tell me what the fuck a virus is right now. It doesn't take 9 years of school like I did to know that A to B is not a thing. And I don't know what happened. Like how did they get how? How? It's like taking a mechanic who knows the ins and out of a car and saying there's wings inside, and the mechanic being like, oh yeah, there are wings inside. But like, you know there aren't wings inside? It's just, no. Wait. Oh, also, no residual soreness from the oh, thank fuck. Was it not that bad? They didn't like Vice. Oh god, the Vice. Oh. I'm glad they didn't ruin your boobs. Early in the pandemic, a black woman called Belly Mujinga was working at a train station in central London when a man who stated then and there he had COVID came in aggressively, coughed, and spit on her intentionally, and she died. That's fucking terrible. Oh my god. I really hate people who try to use BS medical reasons for why they can't wear masks. Yep, when there's folks like us who actually can't wear an N95 mask, probably without it closing off one of our nostrils, or people like Lizzie who literally have like a brain that likes to swell and try to kill her occasionally. Like, and it's across the board. It makes people who actually have a legitimate problem seem like liars, or seem like they're exaggerating, or seem like they're trying to get away with something. And I think it goes back to what Lizzie was saying earlier. It's that confirmation bias. One person probably said it and they go, I don't want to wear a mask because it puts a dent in my beard, or I have to shave my beard so then I'm not going to wear a mask, or it puts a line in my makeup and I don't want to do it. Therefore, I'm going to take what they said and I'm going to make that true in my head. Therefore, I'm justifying my bad behavior. It's disgusting. Because there are real people out there that will, but it is not CO2. Right? Anybody in a hospital has to. I mean, you have to, like, I imagine a lot of the things you're coding have a lot of medical terminology attacked on, and if you don't know what the fuck it is, you could bill people for the wrong shit, right? I have lung issues because as a child, I was sick with lung inflammation for 3 years, which fucked my lungs over a bit. And one time I was riding a bus here in Sweden during peak pandemic. Oh God, because I had no choice but to take public transport to go to the doctor's office. There was a person not too far away from me that was complaining about masks, saying he's a smoker and he can't wear a mask because he will choke. I'm sorry, I blacked out. There was a person not too far away from me that was complaining about masks, saying he's a smoker and he can't wear a mask because he will choke. There aren't any words for that. I don't even know that's just. Same person thinks birds are drones, probably. Or they're not real. Isn't that a conspiracy too? Birds are fake or something. People come up with the weirdest shit when they're bored. Mm-hmm. Smart people. I mean, Rab, that's what I was saying earlier. I always, in my mind, when I like try to bring myself back, when I'm like, oh, like educate yourself. That's the only way to prevent it. I think about cults. And I know that's not like a great, in general, thing to apply, but I love to watch documentaries on cults and read books. They're fascinating to me and so scary because anyone can be sucked into a cult. Literally anybody. The smartest people in the world can get sucked into that shit. And that's some fucking psycho bullshit. So it brings me back down to a level of like I have to constantly be a like responsible consumer of everything I'm constantly learning and taking in, because anybody can get fucked. Anybody. And that's scary as fuck. My asthma does not prevent me from wearing a mask. Stop trying to use that as an excuse. Did you see some of the fashion masks out there that were literally just like fish netting on your face? I get vaccinated and wear a mask to protect the people who can't get those protections for medical reasons. That's exactly why I do it, Marnix. I was literally just going to say the same thing. You took the words out of my mouth. It's the civil thing to do. Literally. I have a good immune system. Like, chances are, I haven't got COVID, not chances are, I literally haven't got COVID, knock on wood, I don't want it. But if I got it, chances are I'd probably survive. Everyone suffers long COVID, and I don't want to fuck with that, so I'm not about to go test fate or anything like that. I get vaccinated and boosted, and I wear a mask because, God forbid, I go out with non-symptomatic COVID, cough on a door handle, and a little immunosuppressant girl touches that door handle and dies because I'm a fucktard. I hate that word, fucktart. I'm trying to say fucktard because fucktard was a big part of my thing, but that's got retard in it. We don't like that word. Sorry. Still, I'm trying. Fucktart. I'm trying. That's such a bad word. Retard has no place outside of flame retardant or chemistry, which honestly, we didn't use it that often, but you know what I mean. Propaganda step 1, big lie that is so ridiculous no rational person believes. Repeat with certainty.
Taco existential tip $25.
I didn't deserve that, but thank you very much. That was very kind. Thanks for the tip.
I gave it a wash, turned it on, and slipped it in.
Okay, step 2, small lie that invokes emotional response, usually best with anger and fear of others. Step 3, keep repeating small lie and keep inducing new small lies. There always has to be an other and fear of them and blame other for all of your problems. Repeat. Step 4, all of a sudden they start believing the first big lie. Immediately introduce a new big lie. This time they believe. Repeat. God, that's so fucking accurate and scary. People in Sweden were just in generally really bad at the whole mask thing. LZT said the same. I can't tell you how many times people walked into medical offices without a mask and had to be hounded to take one for free from the offices and put it on. I saw people in emergency rooms in the ER who weren't wearing masks at the height of COVID. Like when I went in with my broken rib, there was a lady with a toddler in there, no masks at all. It was terrible. I left the house only 45 times total during the 3 years, and every single time it was for a dentist appointment or office or doctor's office. Yeah, it would. I kind of did the same. I stayed in for the same reasons, though, as Marnix was saying earlier. I stayed in and away from people because God, like literally, Satan forbid, God forbid, whoever the fuck you believe in. I just don't want to accidentally give someone COVID if I'm non-symptomatic and kill someone who can't get boosters. Like immunosuppressant people don't have the option of getting a vaccination. The vaccination could kill them. Just like I could kill them if I cough on them. So, like, what the fuck? It's literally the civil thing to do. It's like not shitting on someone's food. Why? It's easy. It's so easy to do. Didn't that McAfee dude use underwear as a mask well before he died? A couple people tried to do that, I think. None for Twitch. Thank you. Sweden never took COVID seriously. There was no nationwide school closure, no meaningful at-home schooling chosen properly. People rarely wore masks at peak I can't speak today. At peak pandemic, people still gave me weird looks for walking casually everywhere with a mask on. I wear a mask if I go into super public places, still like packed areas at this point, like an airport or something like that. And people always just ask if I'm sick. And I'm just like, sure, because I smoke a lot of pot, I'll probably cough. This time. All of my sisters can do it. We used to do it when we like developed it as a way to be bitches, kind of. My mom, I don't know what it was. I'm sure everybody's mom did this. Like, you know, you'd line up for a picture. Smile. Give me your real smile. That's what it turned into because I just like, that was my real smile. You've killed it. I don't know what to do now, mom. Thanks. And all my sisters do it, and it's great. I had to stop wearing one in October with my lungs, and I get my booster, even though it makes me super ill. And David, like, you're a brave ass hero for doing that. And I know you do it for the same reasons because you're a good person. Like, it's so hard for me to think that there's some people that can just shut themselves off to that and be like, I'm fine, my family's fine, therefore fuck the world. I don't understand that mentality. I don't know. I'm not the nicest person in the world, and I'll never claim to be, but I try. I try to be kind and conscientious. I think that's more important. I had a mammogram yesterday, and it didn't ruin them. It was at the hospital. The only reason with a mask on, the entire time I was there, I didn't see one other person with a mask on. I heard that hospitals dropped all the mandates too, which is interesting. I mostly stayed inside but I didn't have to go get groceries sometimes. We got them delivered, thankfully, but I never bleach cleaned my groceries. I saw a lot of people like Clorox wipe groceries. I never did any of that. Hitler did it, Mussolini did it, Mao did it, Putin does it, Colts do it, RS do it now too. Yeah. Yeah. I wear a mask because allergies. I do too. Or if I'm like dusting, it's so dusty in Colorado. Like I literally dust 5 times a week and vacuum almost every single fucking day of my life. I wear a mask when I'm vacuuming and dusting because if I don't, I blow black boogers. It's disgusting. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Hell? I feel like Beetlejuice all the time. Is heaven covered in dust? I know, stop spreading crazy conspiracy theories! I can't breathe with all the bullshit in the air! I mean, I don't think they let you do it if they thought you were super in danger. Would they, David? Would your doctor like suggest you not get the boosters? Our pollen count's been so bad too. Like every time I watch my dogs run through my yard, I just watch the poof of pollen coming off the grass and everything. I'm like, I've given them so many baths. Z-Bot, same. I'm so thankful that my immune system isn't so fucked I can't get vaccines because I will always get them, especially if it's at the behest of other people. I'm not going to be the reason people die. I've done that enough. I hate people shopping online because of my colitis. I rely on online shopping, so it was a pain in the ass trying to book a slot. Dude, I get that. It's fucking the worst. I didn't bother cleaning my groceries. Most of it has to be prepared in some way, and I wash my hands. Washing and bleaching groceries just sounds stupid to me. Honestly, it kind of was. It was at a point where there was a lot of misinformation based on whether or not COVID was airborne, meaning it can travel on its own without a water droplet, free of anything like tuberculosis. And it just comes down to like, if you know what a virus is, you know that that's not necessary. But a lot of people to this day don't know the difference between a bacteria and a virus. They take a Z-Pack if they get a viral infection, wonder why they're not getting better, get pissed at the medical system, distrust, and you're just like, viruses can't live on like a non-aqueous surface of your groceries, but like, ah, there were people coughing on produce in grocery stores and shit and going to jail for it in America. So like, I wash my produce and I wash my hands. I'm the same. And almost everything has to be cooked and stuff like that, so I didn't worry about it too much. Lena. Oh, we were talking about how there's still kind of a weird bias if you wear a mask. My friend Lizzie has this brain thing where her brain will just like randomly swell so large it gives her insane migraines, blinds her, makes her so she can't feel anything, and she could die. And wearing a mask and having all that like hot air and backflow can exacerbate that. And so if she's not in a she still wears a mask if she's like in an airport or something because she doesn't want to die of COVID, but like just tries to keep the trips short. But she's in an area where there's no people. She has like a little tag that she wears around her neck that says like, this is why I'm mask exempt if you're wondering why I'm not currently wearing one. And a shopkeeper just like, commented at it and was like, oh, we don't require masks in here anymore. And she was like, oh, well, I still wear one most of the time. It's just like, it could kill me. And the shopkeeper goes, oh, because of the CO2, right? And that set me off. I can't help it. It's like a button in my soul. And, Lizzie's eyes die and she just goes about her business. Oh, Celestial, I would love a doggy shower. Because that pollen gets stuck in their fur, and then they jump in my bed, and then I sneeze to death. It took me like 15 years to get used to the desert dryness. No shit. Doesn't bug me anymore except on super windy days. Then it's cluster headache time. I get migraines on days. I don't know if it's windy days. I think it's just when the weather changes extremely. You know how sometimes it'll be like, 50 degrees and really rainy and gross, and the next day it's like 100? That flop fucks my head for some reason. It's weird. I think I'm just finally getting used to the dryness, or it's because I have 5 humidifiers. I don't know. I'd wipe my groceries, packs and boxes and bottles with antibacterial wipes for a few weeks. Beyond that, I stopped, as they were informal about you were informed about how long it lived exactly on items. After that, I just shopped at 7 in the morning when fewer people. We would go at nighttime. We did the same. We'd go like right before this, not right before, but an hour before the store closed, and there was no one in there. It was great. Right, Lena? Like, and it's just like people imposing their confirmation bias on somebody else. And Lizzie was saying the sad part about that whole interaction is that girl will probably go home and tell her whole family, oh yeah, someone was in my shop and had a mask exemption because the CO2 kills them. when Lizzie fully explained that it's not the CO2, it's actually like the fact that her brain tries to swell and kill her all the time. It's sad that like it feels better for us to just go and spread confirmation bias instead of being like, hey, I learned something new today. They did last injection. They knew I was in between injections and they was like, oh, this is the best time to get. And majority of the day, all I had was a bullet arm. But that night, within 30 minutes, became super sick and only remember the day after my psychologist called me and my Asda food shop got delivered, which I should have just got delivered a few days later. Other than that, you were was that a booster or was that the first one? I can't remember if it was the first shot or the second one, but one of those two, I slept for a week. I didn't get sick, but I slept for a week. I remember it was crazy. Like I had that dead arm feeling and then I didn't stream for a week. I literally just slept. It felt like having the flu. It was weird. And then it was over. And no boosters affected me since then. It was a booster. It's so interesting how it affects everybody differently. I almost wonder if it more has to do with like maybe our immune systems were knocked down because we were already kind of getting sick, but we hadn't felt it yet. You know? Because like getting a vaccine or a booster, it will kick your immune system a little bit in the ass and put it into overdrive. And if you already have something, which is why you're not supposed to get a vaccine if you're already sick, if you already have something, it's going to kick it that much more and you're going to feel really, really shitty. Imagine if they invented a surgery that put the top of her skull on, oh my God, on some type of spring systems. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? So it could just swell independently. Crazy thing is, it's not due to an injury or anything. Airplanes have super high filtration these days, but there's too many people for me to not feel an urge to mask. Rabster, there's a really interesting video out there. I think it was a TikTok, or it was like 3 TikToks compiled, but it was ages ago. That I think Glut sent it to me. And a guy who is a scientist of air quality, I don't know what the fuck you would call that. Please excuse my ignorance. But he has like an air quality meter and he tests the air on the tarmac. He tests the air in the airport and then he rides an airplane for like a 2-hour flight from, I don't know from where to where. But the air reaches like some of the worst unacceptable air quality possible at the top. Because the air inside airplanes is just being recycled through filters over and over and over again. It's so like, people farting in first class, it's going into your nose in the back kind of thing. It was bad. It was gross. I still ride planes all the time. I fucking love traveling. I can't give it up, but I wear a mask. It's yeah. But that's the way it's always been. Like planes, because depressurizing and shit, they can't just suck air in from outside way up there. Also, it's so low oxygen, it wouldn't really do anything anyways. So, blah, 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 blah. I can't remember what the video was called, but it was fucking gross. I mean, it gets me every time I take a huge hit. Take a huge hit of your bong and just watch how much smoke comes out of you. That's how much air comes out of you every time you take a deep breath. Now sit on a public bus with some dude who claims he can't wear a mask because he's a smoker and the mask will choke him. Like, we are so balls deep in each other's aspirations. It's pretty wild. 81, dude, you're hotter than us right now. Every shot has laid you out. No shit. That's so... I wonder why. Only one did it to me. I mean, I got the nasty arm and I'd feel a little poopy, but like, one of those shots, I slept for 7 days. It was fucking weird. Any day, baby. Ploop. Cheers. Yeah, it's the density, and then people are farting, poo air is everywhere. It's pretty wild. I think they have HEPA filters. I think they do. But HEPA filters, they don't they only filter to a certain particle size, right? It's got me to the point that I don't want to get the booster now because I don't want to get that sick. Talk to your doctor. Seriously, David, like I would have a sit down. I would call you. Just call him and explain literally, be like, all the other shots laid me out and put me unconscious for days. Is it safe? Like, is it safer for me to be laid out for days and get this booster or to live without the booster? Because, like, I don't want you to get sick either, but I also don't want you to die of COVID. And I know what your lungs are like. But I'm not your doctor. I would definitely ask them, like, lay it out and be like, these are my options, both suck, like, help. Because it sucks. You have so much shit going on and stuff, like, I just trust your doctor and what they suggested, honestly. As much as that sucks. The hepatitis vaccines were worse for me than the vaccines or boosters. Dude, I don't take a hepatitis vaccine. It's so weird. I can't remember what it's called. It's a thing, but there's like 3% of the human population or something where hepatitis vaccines don't work. So I've gotten that stupid fucking vaccine probably 5 or 6 times in my life, like the series of 2 or 3 shots or whatever it is. And then they wait 6 months and then they do the titer and I don't fucking have it. And they're like, oh, we got to do it again. And I'm like, I'm never going to get it. And it's a thing. I don't know what it is though. My dad died of hepatitis, and it definitely impregnated my mom while with hepatitis, while it was dormant. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, though. I don't even know if my sister, because my sister got I think in most states, if not all in America, you have to get the hepatitis series to go to middle school or something like that. And unless you work in a medical field where they're actually testing you, getting a titer of your blood to see if it actually took, I don't know if you'd ever even know if it took. I wonder if my sisters did. Because we have the same parent. My little sister Sarah and I have the same 2 parents. Right, Molly? It's like, it's really weird because, like, when I consider myself smarter when I'm hanging out with you guys because we're like one big brain instead of just like one brain, you know what I'm saying? But, like, there is a certain population of people that the more there are, the dumber they get. And what's going on here? What's going on there? Is it a choice or is it like, what happened? Because I don't think any one of us would allow any one of us to start snowballing into stupid if it started to happen. Like, there'd be 1 or 2 people, if not my entire mod team, that'd be like, hey, this is a snowball of stupid. Like, I'd be banned. But there's some people that just don't do that. They don't choose to, like, catch their friends and be like, hey, dumb. That was dumb. That's a snowball of stupid. I don't know how else to put it. Even though the lockdown has been over for like 2 years, I keep myself in lockdown because of my immune system. It's smart. I mean, if you want to go out, I'm sure you would figure out a way to safely do it. I had a pre-employment health screening last week, new job at a hospital, and they checked my vaccines and gave me the Tdap vaccine as well. Oh, yeah. Did I ever tell you? Oh, my God. I had the grossest experience with Tdap one time. So if you've had, how does it go? It's been a bit for me. So what they do if it's the tuberculosis test to see if you have active tuberculosis in your system. If you ever work in a medical system, you have to go get this done, like, what is it, every 6 months or something like that? Welcome back, Rod. Yes, we're game timing 6 minutes. I put myself on the clock for it. Basically what they do is they take this lovely syringe full of lovely stuff and they inject it under your skin. It doesn't go like down into a vessel or anything like that. They literally put it under your skin and balloon your skin. It is so fucking gross. They blister your skin with it. It's so wild to watch. But they put the needle under this layer of skin and they start to inject it and it bubbles up. And then it's like in 24 or 48 hours or whatever, if you've ever been exposed to TB or you actively have TB, it's just dormant or something or non-symptomatic, you'll develop a red ring around it, right? Something like that. I've never had it show up active. My story is not about that, so I don't know. I can't remember. I think it shows a red ring, and if not, there's nothing and you're fine. Or it's the other way, like a red ring means you've never been exposed, something like that. So I go in one day, and the way that you do it in a hospital is we have usually like a occupational health center where we get our stuff done for free, basically. So, like, if we need to get vaccinations, the flu shot, etc., we can just pop into this little office, and there'll be a few nurses there that'll be like, write your name down, stab you in the arm, and you just get on your way. And that's what it's for. Or you go there if you have an injury, or if you need to get FMLA, something like that. So, unfortunately, if you work on night shift, you basically have to go on, like, there is no night shift occupational work therapy, whatever the fuck they're called. You have to wait around on day shift or come in the middle of the day to do anything. So I would get off at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I would have to wait around until like 9 a.m. for someone to show up at that office. And they had a little bench outside, and basically it was a race who got there first. You could pass out on the bench until the lady showed up. But when I did it this one morning, I'm sitting there, and there's a couple other employees just waiting around, and we're all waiting for something different. And the thing is, you have to go get it done in the morning so that you can line it up for the exact 48-hour check, because if you don't go in within that 48 hours for them to look at it, you have to do it again. Anyways, So we're waiting, and the lady that shows up, she tells me this at some point in our conversation. It's been a bit, so I don't remember the exact wordage, but at some point she actually informs me she's 87 years old and she's actively an emergency, like a ICU nurse at Sinai, which is another big old hospital in Baltimore. And this is just her side job, and that she had just got off a night shift at Sinai. And she is literally like this, like the very much like hunched, stuck over. Why? Shut up. She's hunched over, being like, she just looks. If this was your ICU nurse, you'd be questioning things. That's all I'm going to say. Stop. Dogs. Anyways, so she goes to, long story short, she's like just bullshitting with me. I'm fucking exhausted and she won't stop talking. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, just do this Tdap test so I can get the fuck out of here and go home. Because now I'm going to be stuck in rush hour traffic and I'm fucked. And she's like this. And she's got the rheumatoid hands. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how the fuck are you a nurse at another hospital? Like, more power to you, but how? And she eventually, like, gets the syringe and pulls the Tdap shit and gets my arm and, like, it doesn't hurt. It's literally, like, the layer of skin that you can, like, stick a safety pin into. It's right underneath that. So you barely feel anything. Although, apparently, some people it hurts for. It's never hurt for me, but apparently it can. She inserts it in and she starts, and it's like, you measure the fluid you pull out in the syringe that's supposed to go in. And she starts injecting it. And she's like I've got my arm on a desk like this and I'm sitting and she's so short that she can be fully standing in her hunched like 87-year-old form. And she's like here with my arm and she's doing it. And I fuck you not, the bubble starts to rise and it pops in her eyes and mouth and face. And she doesn't blink a fucking eye. She giggles, redraws, and moves to the other arm without wiping her face in any way. And I'm just sitting there like, there are no words. What do you like? There's some blood. There's flesh of me on her. Like, I don't even know. Like, what do you do? She just moves the other arm and just like, I can see me dripping off of her enormous square glasses with the fucking brass rims. I can see it. There are 0 words for that one. It's the weirdest Tdap I've ever had in my life. I've had some weird experiences in a hospital, but never has someone allowed my arm to squirt on them and just moved on unfazed. I don't even know if she wiped it off before the next person. I have no idea. She might have just moved on with piece of Katie on their glasses. I have no fucking idea. I mean, that or she's lost it. Like she claimed to have just come off a night shift at another hospital. And that's a 12-hour night shift, man. Like, when does this person sleep? I know when you get older, you need less, but like, how much less? Because I was sleeping 4. And I did not have a day job. Well, I was streaming, I guess. I was streaming and working. I didn't have another day job, though. No, I can't get any of them to play. So you know how there was that graphics update driver on the gaming computer that I had to do yesterday? I didn't do it on the other PC. So all my shit's crashing. So I gotta wait. Well, I thought it was Twitch, but Psycho said that the driver update was giving him a pain in the dick too. It is, but it requires me to literally shut down OBS and restart the whole computer, which means restarting the entire stream. It's just a pain in my ass. I don't want to. It sucks. It's a pain in the ass. If anyone's lurking, they get kicked out of the channel immediately, and it's a pain in the ass for them. It's just a pain in the fucking ass. Yeah. So I'll do it after stream. It's fine. We're going to play Baldur's Gate. Like, literally, I'm just going to go pee really quick. I'm going to open the game. We're going to Baldur's Gate, because we have a battle to actually win this time. I know we got a few videos. Actually, I did watch 1 or 2 clips this morning of myself, and then I was lining up links, and I just watched them crash one at a time, and I was like, oh, no. I didn't think it was going to be I just forgot. I don't think about the graphics up drivers. graphic driver updates on that PC literally ever because I don't play games on it or anything. It's just the OBS PC. So that's the one I usually wait for until one of y'all tell me to do the updates. And I forgot. Do we have... That's my guess. The one nipple piercing, man, I had one nipple piercing at one point, but it was because I was poor and young and dumb and was like, I'll get the other one done later. Which I did. Don't. Ow. I'm closing that before anything crashes. Let's try to watch Rod's because I think I still have it up. Hold on. This is perfect a precursor to our game. That sounds fucking terrible. Suffer. I don't want that. Yep. I'm really glad mine didn't get that far. For some reason, mine seemed really centered around my hands and my wrists. And dude, you guys know I told you I would wake up with just like numb hands and the worst forearm cramp I'd ever experienced in my life and just cry because I couldn't get out of it. But a tongue cramp? Do you do like tongue stretches? How can we prevent these? Magnesium. I mean, honestly, I literally just get their magnesium citrate or whatever. It's a magnesium. If you Google, you know, if you're not in Canada and they give you real results, if you Google best magnesium supplements, it's like a magnesium plus something supplement, and it's just it means better absorption or something like that, right? What was it? I think you told me about it, right? They're on my bedstand, otherwise I'd get them. I know I have 2 gummies every night, and ever since then, I've had way less. I mean, literally 1 cramp every once in a while in a blue moon, as opposed to every single night inevitably not sleeping. Is it citrate? The magnesium citrate? Yeah, it's something like that. I think you're right with the citrate. It sounds weird to my brain for some reason, but I think I'm getting a headache, so I think that's it. I think it's not actually weird. I think my brain's just a little broken. But I don't know. Magnesium definitely has something to do with lubing your muscles up so they don't go, ah, while you're trying to sleep, which is great. THC is a dilator for sure. I think CBD definitely helps with some relaxation stuff. My problem was mine was nerve-based, not like muscle-based. It was just like the tightening of the muscles pinched this nerve, and that's what gave me this, pain. I can't even explain it. I could not even begin to explain the existential pain and weird. It's like, you know that pins and needles feeling when you let your leg go numb for too long? It was that, but it would never end. The most intense level of those pins and needles, and they just would for an hour. It was just like me rolling, like massaging different points of my arm, like, stop. But like at 3 a.m. when you desperately kind of want to sleep, I imagine it's the same psychosis that new mothers and fathers feel. When your baby just won't stop waking up at 3 or 4 a.m. and you're just like, kill it. I love you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of that. Nerve attenuation, yeah. I actually started doing nerve glide. That's why I do this. Sometimes it's actually called a nerve glide. If you straighten your hand like this, put your arm out like this at a 45 to your body, and then raise it until you feel tinglies in your fingers, the higher you can go, the better your nerves glide. The lower that tingly starts, the worse you are. It's really bad, but this helps. Just keeping your arm straight, but keeping your hand kind of at that shit. Also, K-tape. Yes, I've been time-checked twice, and I'm being really irresponsible about it. I've already found that Elle is online, and she's literally playing the game, and we're going to go fucking raid her right now. I love Elle Bell so much. She hung out with us this morning. If you don't know Elle, she's just a miracle. That's all I have for you. We're going to cheers as well. Thank you so much for keeping me on check. I have to go lay down. My head's killing me. This sign is bullshit. Bullshit! Baldur's Gate, love. Cheers. Tomorrow's Fated Friday. Bring some new tunes or whatever and some weed, and we'll hang out and chill and maybe play some gams. I don't know. We'll do whatever the fuck we want to do. Cheers.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy And I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
Take your child to see tomorrow morning.